Hello friends, in this video we will try to discuss one of the Scala interview question. So the ask is, what is string interpolation in Scala? Well, first of all we will try to discuss the definition of that, and then we will try to see one or two examples. So right now we are in IntelliJ IDE. Let's try to create an object as interpolation. Okay, now first of all we'll try to mention the topic is string interpolation. So now we will try to discuss the definition of it. String interpolation refers to substitution of defined variables or expressions in a given string with respect to values. So the definition is string interpolation refers to substitution of defined variables or expressions in a given string with respect to values. And there are three key points need to consider while dealing with string interpolation. So point number one is string must be defined with starting character as F or S or F, S interpolator or F interpolator. And point number two be noted, variables in the string must have dollar as prefix. And point number three to be noted, expressions must be enclosed within curly braces and dollar is added as prefix. So these are the three important points which we have to be considered while handling with string interpolation. So the first one is string must be defined with starting character as S interpolator or F interpolator. And second point to be noted, variables in the string must have dollar as prefix. While we are declaring it variables, so dollar should be mandate, and expressions must be enclosed within curly braces and dollar is added as prefix. So the expression, right, for example we are doing it summation of, let's say, value x and y, so that has to be declared within curly braces. So that's the meaning of this. So anyhow, right now we are going to look at a sample example, then we will try to get a sense of the points which we discussed it. First of all, we'll try to discuss string S interpolator. Now let's try to define a main method, args string. Okay, now we define the main method, and then now we will try to see the summation of x and y. So let's try to take the value of x is, let's say, 4 and val y equal to, let's say, 6. We have taken two different variables. Now with S interpolator. So val sum equal to or string equal to, let's say, string interpolator at the beginning, and then do the sum of $x and $y is $of x plus y. So, and then now let's try to do the print. Let's say sum of total value. Now let's say string. Now, so what we are trying to do here, string interpolator, we are applying it. That's what we have discussed in the first point. String must be defined with starting character as S or F. So right now we are trying to look at string interpolator, and then within it we are declaring variables as prefix as dollar. That's what the second point which we have discussed. Variables in the string must have dollar as prefix. That's what we done it. Expressions must be enclosed within curly braces. So this is what the expression which we are trying to do. What we are trying to do, we are doing the summation of it, x plus y. So within the curly braces, and then dollar is as prefix. That's what we done it. Now let's try to run this. See, sum of total value, sum of 4 and 6 is 10. We got the expected outcome. So right now we have, as discussed, right, we are defining the starting character as yes. So what if we are not declaring S interpolator at starting? Let's try to see that. So let's try to take, this is string 1 and this is string 2. Okay, now just take off, just get rid of this yes. Okay, and then now let's try to remaining all everything as usual. We are just has taken off only the S interpolator at the beginning. Now let's try to run and see what this is going to happen. See, the second one has fetched the result as expected, and the first one has fetched the as usual content which we declared, okay, within quotes. So this is not invoked, and which is not accessing the variables value which we declared it in the scope. So that's a difference. When we declare the S interpolator, which is going to invoke it, and it's try to apply that variable, and it tries to fetch the value, and then it's get the summation. So that's the importance of S interpolator at the beginning. So that's the first point which we discussed. Okay, so this is one example. Now we will try to see how F interpolator works. Okay, now let's try to get rid of all the logic. Let's try to take 20.6, let's say, or 8, let's say. Now we will try to see by applying F interpolator, means by applying percentage F. So with F interpolator. Okay, now we do have 20.8 as variable x. Okay, now I would like to add up few more decimal points. Let's say I want to add 8.80.800. Okay, now we'll try to see how that we can able to add it using F interpolator. Let's say val string equal to F interpolator at the starting as discussed, value of x is x, and then percentile F. Okay, now let's try to do the print of, let's say, string. Now let's try to see what this is going to do. See, 20 dot by default when I apply the f, which is giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal points. For example, I want only one decimal point, I mean 2 decimal points after the dot. Then apply dot 2. Now let's try to run it. See, we got only 2 decimals. Now let's say if you want 3, just change the digit and then run it. You will get it as you expected. And if I want 4, then you got the 4. It's all matter of changing the digit over here. Okay, now so like as discussed earlier, we will try to see, is it mandate to apply for f interpolator also at the beginning. Okay, we will try to cross check that scenario as well. So just get rid of f, and then now let's try to run it. See, the first one which we had taken as string 1, which is not invoked as expected for f interpolator, which is written as usual string. Okay, so it is very much mandate. This is the first step, and in order to access the variable before $prefix and any sort of expression which we are applying it, then within curly braces as discussed in the example 1. So this is how the string interpolation which we can able to handle it. So we have shown the two different variants. One is S interpolator and the second one is F interpolator. Okay, that's all for today's session. If you guys really like it, please do subscribe, like it and share it, and please do the comment.